Right now, you are breathing in a cocktail of microscopic pollutants, dust mites, volatile organic compounds from your furniture, and invisible mold spores. To fix it, big tech companies want you to spend $500 on a plastic box with a fan and a HEPA filter that needs replacing every 6 months, creating a billion-dollar cycle of dependency. But 2,000 years ago, the Romans didn't have electricity or high-tech filters, yet they lived in dense stone cities with wood fires burning constantly. Archaeologists have discovered that they used a specific mineral-based powder that cost them almost nothing, and it didn't just filter the air, it neutralized it. Today, this secret is buried under layers of industrial marketing because you can buy it at any hardware store for less than $2. This powder works on a molecular level to clean your air better than any machine, and it's time to uncover why the industry wants you to stay in the dark. The Romans were obsessed with the idea of miasma, the belief that bad air caused disease. While they didn't know about modern germ theory, they were masters of chemistry and environmental design. In the heart of every Roman home was the atrium, an open ceiling designed for ventilation. But for the enclosed rooms, they turned to a mineral called calcium carbonate, specifically in the form of quicklime or slaked lime. They didn't just paint their walls with it for looks. This powder was a biological weapon against stagnant air. When applied as a wash or kept in porous ceramic jars, this powder undergoes a constant chemical reaction where it literally breathes, pulling carbon dioxide and moisture out of the air and trapping pollutants inside its crystal structure. This is exactly why ancient Roman ruins often lack the smell of rot or dampness. The walls themselves were passive air purifiers that have been functioning for 20 centuries. So how does a $2 powder beat a $500 machine? It comes down to the science of ionic attraction. Modern purifiers use a fan to force air through a mesh. If a particle is smaller than the mesh, it stays in your lungs. However, the Roman solution, which we recognize today in minerals like hydrated lime or bentonite clay, works through a natural negative charge. Because most indoor pollutants like dust and certain bacteria carry a positive charge, the powder acts like a magnet, pulling toxins out of the sky and locking them down permanently. The industry banned this knowledge not by making it illegal, but by rebranding it as primitive. They convinced us that we need active filtration involving loud fans and expensive subscriptions rather than passive mineral filtration that costs pennies and lasts for months. To reclaim this ancient technology, you don't need to build a Roman furnace, you simply need the modern equivalent, natural zeolite or food-grade diatomaceous earth. To create your own DIY passive purifier, take 2 cups of the mineral powder and mix in a tablespoon of sea salt, which the Romans used to increase the ionic draw. Place this mixture in a wide, shallow terracotta or ceramic bowl, never use plastic as it blocks the ionic exchange, and set it in the dead zones of your house where air doesn't move. Within 48 hours, the air will feel crisper and thinner. This mineral will eventually saturate as it pulls toxins from your environment, but unlike expensive filters, you can simply toss the old powder into your garden as a natural fertilizer and replace it for another $2. We've been conditioned to think that effective technology must be expensive, but the Romans proved that simple chemistry is often the most powerful tool we have.